What happens when a living president places his name over that of a martyred one? In December, the trustees of Washington's premier cultural institution, a majority appointed by President Trump, voted to add his name to the Kennedy Center. For decades, this building has stood as a living memorial to President John F. Kennedy. Now, it shares its marquee with Donald Trump. This was no isolated incident. It's part of a blitz. In just the first year of his second term, the president's name has been affixed to federal buildings, Navy warships, visa programs, government websites, and children's savings accounts. From the Trump Gold Card for wealthy immigrants to the Trump Route for International Peace in the Caucasus, a new kind of presidential branding is taking hold. This isn't about legacy. It's about something happening right now. Today, we dive into the most unprecedented campaign of self-commemoration in American presidential history. We'll explore the why, trace its roots, and what it costs, and question, can a name stamped everywhere truly endure? Let's start by taking stock. The scale is staggering. Historians call it unprecedented and unusual for a sitting president. Here's a breakdown of the major categories. Number 1. National landmarks and institutions. The Kennedy Center, renamed by its Trump-appointed board. The U.S. Institute of Peace, a State Department-funded think tank renamed the Donald J. Trump Institute of Peace. Proposed. Washington Dulles International Airport and Palm Beach International Airport. Legislation has been introduced by Republican congressmen to rename them for Trump. Number 2. Military assets. Trump-class battleships. The president announced a new generation of Navy warships, personally involved in designs that he says will be called Trump-class. Navy Secretary John Fallon praised the proposed USS Defiant as the largest, deadliest, most versatile, and best-looking warship. Number 3. Government programs and currency. Trump Accounts, tax-advantaged savings accounts for children, created by Congress, branded with his name on IRS materials. TrumpRx.gov, a government website for prescription drug discounts. The Trump $1 coin. The U.S. Mint has drafted designs for a commemorative coin featuring Trump's image for America's 250th anniversary. Number 4. Geographic features. By executive order. The Gulf of America. Executive Order 14172 renamed the Gulf of Mexico, citing its economic importance to the U.S. Mount McKinley. The same order reinstated the name Mount McKinley for Alaska's Denali, reversing a 2015 decision. Number 5. Local tributes. President Donald J. Trump Boulevard, a road from the airport to his Mar-a-Lago club in Florida. Various streets and proposals nationwide, with the president remarking, anybody that names a boulevard after me, I like. This list is not exhaustive, and it's growing. The White House defends this as a natural result of historic initiatives that would not have been possible without President Trump's bold leadership. But the critics, like Senator Bernie Sanders, it crosses a dangerous line. He's introduced a bill to ban naming federal property after sitting presidents, saying it very much sounds like the great leader mentality of North Korea. To understand this, you have to go back long before the Oval Office. This instinct is core to Donald Trump's identity. As a New York real estate developer, Trump's strategy was simple. Build a brand. He slapped his name in gold letters on towers, casinos, and hotels. He licensed it to steaks, vodka, neckties, and bottled water. In his 2011 book Midas Touch, he and co-author Robert Kiyosaki argued building a brand may be more important than building a business. The presidency for Trump is the ultimate brand amplifier. The methods are strikingly similar. It's about visibility, prestige, and ownership. Presidential historian Jeffrey Engel notes that traditionally, such memorials are for presidents who have left office or even died as tributes from a grateful nation. Trump is not waiting. A telling moment came in 2018 during a visit to Mount Vernon. Reportedly baffled, Trump said of George Washington, if he was smart, he would have put his name on it. You've got to put your name on stuff or no one remembers you. This philosophy now meets the the power of the federal government. The executive order on geographic names, for example, allow them to unilaterally change maps. By appointing loyalists to boards like the Kennedy Center trustees, he creates channels for tributes. As historian Julian Zelizer puts it, it's a lot easier to get your name on a building or a ship than to pass legislation that's enduring. But this is more than vanity. It's a multi-layered political and geopolitical strategy. Layer 1, claiming credit and owning the narrative. Every Trump account and TrumpRx website is a constant, tangible reminder to voters of policies his administration claims credit for. It personalizes the government. As The Independent reports, this alarms watchdogs who worry it creates the impression that Trump, rather than the state, is a provider of essential services. Layer 2, the politics of nationalism and greatness. The geographic remainings are potent nationalist assembles. Renaming Denali to Mount McKinley taps into a conservative backlash against what they see as woke political correctness. It's a symbolic reversal of an Obama-era decision. Professor Han-Sung Lee of American University calls it a signal of American grandeur in a Western hemisphere. However, this move is largely symbolic within U.S. borders. Mexico's government mocked at the idea, and internationally, bodies like the UN use multiple names for disputed features. The U.S. can change its federal databases and influence U.S.-based apps like Google Maps, but it cannot force Mexico, Cuba, or international cartographers to adopt the Gulf of America. Layer 3. The thin legacy versus the lasting one. Historians are skeptical this naming spree will work. Austin Sayret of Amherst College questions whether Trump's name will remain if Democrats regain power. Names on programs and buildings can be changed easier than entrenched laws or societal shifts. Furthermore, as the New York Times data shows, other presidents waited decades for honors. The rush now may appear unsecured, not assured. The final two entries are Trump Kennedy Center and Trump Institute of Peace, with the label still in office. The chart speaks for itself. This haste breaks all tradition. Engels says it can send a signal that the easiest way to access and favor from the president is to play to his ego. So, beyond the headlines, what are the real costs and consequences? 1. The erosion of norms and the specter of authoritarianism. Each time a norm is broken, like not naming major federal assets after yourself, it becomes harder to restore. Sanders' North Korea comparison is hyperbolic, but it points to a real concern: the fusion of individual personality with state institutions, a classic feature of autocratic branding. 2. The commodification of the presidency. The presidency is being treated like a corporate brand to be leveraged. This risks diminishing the office's perceived integrity, turning civic life into a marketing exercise. 3. Diplomatic friction and national identity. The Gulf of America move was met with derision by Mexico. Such symbolic assertions can strain relations needlessly. Domestically, these renamings often feel imposed, not organic, deepening cultural divides. A poll in Alaska showed 54% of residents opposed to changing Denali back to Mount McKinley. 4. The illusion of permanence. Much of this is on shaky ground. The Trump-class battleships are in early design phases. Shipbuilding programs are often canceled. An echo of future Congress or president could rename a building or program. As Professor Zelizer notes, this legacy is very thin. The most lasting impact may be the precedent itself. It invites future presidents or any party to engage in similar acts of self-commemoration, further personalizing our government in historic landscape. Donald Trump's campaign to rename America in his own image is a profound experiment. It merges a lifetime of personal branding with the ultimate platform of state power. It's about claiming a legacy in real time, shaping the physical and bureaucratic landscape landscape we all navigate. It raises uncomfortable questions. Is our national identity for sale to the highest profile bidder? When does honoring achievement cross into self-deification? And in a democracy, who truly gets to decide what names endure? The people, the representatives, or the person in power? The final chapter of this story isn't written. It will be written by future Congresses, future presidents, and by us, the citizens who either accept these names into our common vocabulary or choose to reject them. What do you think? Is this savvy politics, dangerous vanity, or something else entirely? Let's discuss in the comments. If you want to understand the hidden forces shaping our world, the power plays, the broken norms, the stories behind the headlines, then you need to dig deeper with us. Hit subscribe and lock in the notification bell, because history isn't just made by those who wait for their name to be remembered. It's made by those who understand why the name matters in the first place.